Scorpio. All right, so just quick quick announcements. I apologize for the delay in getting the videos out, the readings out. I started a new job, went from second shift to first shift. Couldn't sleep a wink for the first almost week and a half. So I was so used to second shift, and then I got this weird cold that I couldn't shake. I was tired for a while. Anywho, and then the solar storms, I'm very sensitive to cosmic rays. I have a light-based or melanin-based disorder. It's not even a disorder. They call it a disorder. It's a sensitivity to ultraviolet light and extreme cosmic rays. So that being said, thank you. I appreciate your patience. We're still going to go back and dip into that recent past, March 2nd, because, you know, it's timeless. We can go backwards, forwards, and also sometimes it's cool to get your readings a little later to see something, to talk about things that may have already happened. But we're using the new moon. I work with the moon energies. You're a water sign, so the moon affects you, but it affects all earth signs as well, because the moon is, you know, it's our sun and moon signs are, you know, the top two signs that we read, and the energy, how it affects us. It affects water on the planet. The planet is 70% water. We're 70% water. You know, so we're using the new moon to plant seeds and desires. To manifest desires, dreams, outcomes, wishes, goals, set intentions, and then we use the full moon to release what we don't need, what might be buried within, what might be resisting or holding us back from moving forward or manifesting and becoming co-creators with the universe. And so we release and allow the moon to pull it out of our emotional watery body, those emotions. So sometimes when we're working with the moon energy and we're becoming emotional, it's because we're releasing and allowing the moon to transmute, so we can hear our intuition clearly and move forward clearly and make decisions clearly, listening to our intuition and our logic. So that's why we want to do that. So it's just it's very powerful. And that being said, angels, ancestors, divine guides, spirit, the great power that holds up worlds, the great power that creates worlds, the first source, the first center, the fountain of the all, we ask that you infuse this space with light, love, and not only your wisdom, but your high frequency and vibration, so that we may be protected from any distortion, disruption, disturbance, interference, or resistance that comes from within or without, that would stop us from acting clearly, seeing clearly, feeling clearly, knowing clearly, moving, choosing clearly. We are in humble appreciation, gratitude, and service. Amen Ra. All right, so we use the oracle of the Grail code, and we are asking for an overall energy for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know what they say. Check your other signs, your moon or Venus rising. If this reading doesn't resonate, if you so choose, but take what does, leave what doesn't. We ask for the overall energy for the collective of Scorpio. So we had a new moon in Pisces, and there it is. And then that new moon was about sovereignty. Look at that. Freedom. Taking back control, authority over your realm. So that we had a new moon in Pisces, which is about dreams, illusions. It's Neptune energy. It's exactly about what we were saying. Oh, you got 2 cards. You're the first, maybe the second sign to get 2 cards. Wow. But the new moon is about dreams, and that's exactly what I was just speaking of. The Pisces card is the moon card, major arcana in the tarot, and that's the card about allowing things that are deep within your emotional body to come to the surface, to be acknowledged and seen and released and transmuted, so that you can sense clearly. You can use your gifts, your feelings, your senses, your emotions, your clairaudience, your clairsentient. You can use it all clearly. So My dear, we have charity. Let's see if we can fix this so you can see the whole card. They're very large oracle cards. They were a gift. The artwork is absolutely stunning, but at the same time, my equipment needs to be updated. Just using a phone, an old Samsung phone with a decent enough camera. And honoring. Charity and honoring. So we're going to read these real quick. Get my readers. My readers. Make it easy on myself. So first we'll start with charity. I'm getting a feeling it's about being more giving and charitable to yourself. But let's see what the story says. Charity makes her graceful appearance on your path. It is time to focus on giving and living from your heart in all aspects of your life. Charity is not only the ability to give materially of what you have to aid others, but it is also a way of life that affects how you think. Just by putting your attention on activating the quality of charity, you will notice that tendencies towards judgment and criticism lessen and even disappear. This is because charity mobilizes your heart and aligns your ego/personality with your soul. It opens you to the highest expression of being human because it is in our nature to love and be generous. So you, Scorpio, do you find yourself tripping over the emotional hooks that are lying around and retaliate from your wounded child? Or do you see them for what they are and choose to deflect and deflate them by responding charitably with goodwill? Are you stuck in a repetitive feedback loop that judges the behaviors of others with why don't they, why can't they, why aren't they? Do you cut and dice yourself, making huge meals of your supposed flaws or bad habits? Perhaps you are wanting things from others and yourself that they and you just don't have to give. Or maybe you think that thinking and speaking in critical ways will help others to be different. An example, better. Question mark. The critical faculty in the brain is there to be used in the act of thinking for making decisions, never on living beings. It is time to choose to act with goodwill and love towards yourself and others. The greatest charity we can give is that of loving acceptance and goodwill for whomever and whatever we and others are and do. We also need to cultivate the attitude that everyone does their best, no matter what it may seem like. Everyone does their best at all times. It is because we are all so very unique that this best is so widely divergent. The more we extend this charitable point of view, the more it will be extended to us, and the more ease and happiness we will create in our lives and in the world. All right. Being more charitable. Sometimes it's just the smallest little, simple little things can make the hugest difference in the vibration and frequency of our life, if that makes sense. What we're manifesting, the experiences we're having, you know, the serendipity, the synchronicities, the deja vus, the premonitions, the intuitions, all of that. Honoring comes before you, laden with respect, reverence, and esteem. It is time to include the concept of honoring as part of your being and doing in the world. Breaking the code for what needs to happen in your life right now is about pouring forth the healing balm of respect. At the core of the Grail Code is the attitude of treating yourself and everything else in your life as sacred. It is this very lack of honoring the sacredness of all creation and instead viewing life as a materialistic consumer's paradise that has created the wasteland, with the capital W, no less. You are charged with the task of assisting in re-inaugurating the sacredness of all life, beginning with the feminine, with a capital F. But rather than just honoring the feminine, it is time to honor all life as worthy of respect, whether all life is an expressive dance Because all life is an expressive dance of the divine seeking to know itself, capital I, and because all life is sacred. Were you taught that humans are the most important and dominant species on the planet, and that all other species are dumb, less intelligent, and have less rights than humans? Time to revise your beliefs. Are you fed up with films, TV, and books that are packed with violence and show no respect for life? Time to vote with your pocketbook and just say no. Do you worry about the lack of spirituality and life-affirming values in your job, schools, city, and country? Time to be the change you want to see. Perhaps you view sex and anything to do with physical intimacy as dirty and obscene and not the sacred act of communing with the divine, capital D, that it is. Time to look at your inherited or learned beliefs. Perhaps you were dishonored or belittled as a child and now know only how to beat yourself up inside. Time to learn to respect, honor, and revere yourself. We can only give what we have, and if we do not know how to honor ourselves, then we can't give it to others and our world. The time has come to make honoring a priority. When you learn to treat yourself respectfully, and your whole life will respond, reflect that back to you and become a holy place. Yes, a holy, numinous place. And I'm really sensing for the collective, there were lots of side stories there, little side, sidelines there, side things going on. But I really think this is about being charitable, giving yourself, donating yourself time and energy and peace and isolation, and that could be very powerful for you right now, Scorpio. And honoring yourself, honoring your journey, not just the destination, the journey that took you to get to this point. Honoring yourself, honoring the sacredness of all that's around you and your journey. This is really, in my mind, about you. So let's find out more. We have the Queen of the Moon Oracle here for guiding through lunar and seasonal changes. So we're going to just step back a little bit into March 2nd. Again, this message is timeless. But, if you get it, if you get it late, you're attracted to the information or description in the title, then there's a message here for you. So just go with what you feel, with what you resonate with. So again, this was a new moon in Pisces, which is, Neptune energy, dreams, illusions, things in your subconscious. Let's find out what the new moon, because your spirit team, your ascension team, your divine guides, your spirit, your higher self, your soul is always trying to help you evolve and, do what's for your highest good, your soul's desire, even if you're not doing it consciously. Okay. Interesting. So, very interesting. The masculine came out. Okay. And there's that. Bottom of the deck, we have wisdom. And this is about your knowledge and your experience applied as wisdom. Beautiful. So, we have water energy, which is interesting enough in the imagery for the Pisces new moon, and this in Neptune, which was on March 2nd, 2022. In self-reflection, this is about not being afraid to examine yourself and take a real deep look at yourself, to go within and really kind of assess, to make an assessment. And this is also the energy of expanding and opening to larger beliefs and knowledge about yourself, new possibilities. But it came out with this extremes card, this hot moon card, which is in June, I believe. The pink moon, hot moon, or strawberry moon. I think it's the pink moon. No, the pink moon's the thunder moon, I think. Anywho, this is about handling extremes with grace and choosing to be centered and choosing harmony and grace and peace to deal with changes and challenges, adversities and problems that come up and arise for us. And so maybe there's something that happened, because we're talking about something coming up in the subconscious with Neptune energy. Maybe there was something that you realized about yourself and how you handle extremes, how you handle certain situations. Are you really hard on yourself? Do you know what I mean, take a lot from yourself? That's why they're asking you to honor yourself more and be more charitable, because they, again, like we said, they want, I said and they said, or I heard and they, you know, that the story of the card in the card said, you know, you have to start with yourself first. So there's something about how you deal with extreme energy that you can learn and grow past. Yeah, we have the Queen of Swords here. Interesting. Queen of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It represents mental energy, choices, wisdom, that kind of energy. But the Queen of Swords, her energy, she's not afraid to communicate, say what she wants, what she thinks. She's pretty cut and dry, you know, doesn't get real emotional. Sometimes she can be considered kind of cold, you know. And it's interesting because then you have this Eight of Staffs, this like fire energy, this hot moon energy. It's like, and then we have the Two of Swords, more air energy, a decision, a choice that needs to be made. And then we have the Page of Staffs, more fire energy, which is about, you know, messages, communication coming in, ideas, so, you know, solutions, you know, maybe even messages from spirit, divine messages, because the Eight of Staffs is about messages as well. Light messages, movement, something coming in pretty fast. I really feel like it's all about how you choose, what you choose to do when things come in, how you choose when certain situations come in. Very interesting. Because I'm getting a couple different things. I'm getting, you know, when things come in, it's all about how you choose to handle it. If you choose to listen to spirit. What's on the bottom? Five of Swords. Wow. And I'm also getting that there's like, messages on how to choose to handle the situation that is coming through. You know, because the Queen of Swords, this is about, again, this is about this, the self-reflection card. This can very much be about how you see yourself mentally, what you focus on, how you communicate, the decisions that you make, you know, speaking your mind, saying what you mean, meaning what you say. But the Queen of Swords, Eight of Staffs. Can I get one more card? Five of Swords, Four of Staffs, King of Swords. Interesting. Maybe something, a situation at home, maybe with a spouse. Something about how you handle heat when it comes in. Something about learning something new about the decisions that you make when things get hot, when extreme situations come in. maybe taking a look at how you choose, yeah, Seven of Cups, how you choose to deal with the situation, what kind of outcome, more water energy. All right, I'm going to move forward because I feel like this is going to make more sense as we move forward. I don't quite see clearly, but I will in a moment. The masculine. Interesting, the lunar god in the full moon energy in Virgo, which is a movie about Virgo. This reminds me of the Virgo tarot card, self-reflection, really going within, spending time, you know, just taking a look at yourself, listening to your own voice, your own desires, you know, your own shadow. And this is about accepting your power and your authority, stepping up. It's time to lead. You're more powerful than you think you are. It's time to take care of yourself. This is also a card of sticking up for others, maybe even sticking up for yourself. And then we got the card of it's time to take joyful action, which is interesting because Page of Staffs is that card. This is exciting. This is an idea coming in. This is a message from spirit, some kind of illumination, something exciting news coming in. Very much reminds me of the Page of, or even the Knight of Staffs energy. It's time to step up and lead. It's time to accept your power, and it's time to accept what you're truly capable of. And it's time for a new version, a reflection of yourself. So maybe you can move past being stuck, not knowing what to do, what decision to make, and instead you wait for the divine timing or the message from spirit, and then you'll make that choice. Let's just move forward. This is a very interesting reading, Scorpio. Not what I was expecting at all. Because the Seven of Cups, that's your energy. And this is so like Neptune in energy too. This is about those dreams and desires and the choices that you make. And sometimes we make choices and they don't turn into the outcome or take us where we thought they were going to go. Or it doesn't turn out to be what we wanted. So the Seven of Cups is also a card of possibilities, you know, and the choices that we make and trusting our intuition or trusting our knowledge about what's good for us. But that's your energy, something, and this is about dreams, fantasies, illusions, you know. Where are you making your choices on the things that, you know, are your heart's desire that you want to manifest? What frame of mind are you making those choices from? What are you listening to? Maybe that's how there's situations that you end up in that become extreme. And then we have Judgment with this. It's time to take action. You've been released from, this is major arcana right here. So this is the major message, strong energy coming through the reading. Judgment. This is, you've been released from something. And something new is about to begin. That's why something, or even an assessment about moving forward or taking action on something. But there's been a release, a renewal. And it has to do with your power and your authority and your leadership. It's time to take action. It's time to move forward. It's time to release yourself from old ways of dealing with things, from old ways of seeing yourself. It's time to, something new is coming in, something new and exciting. Yep, Four of Staffs came out. Okay, so full moon is in Aries. I mean, the new moon is in Aries April 1st, right? And there's this realization, because you're going to go within, you know, there's this realization that might even be this Page of Staffs. Something that's going to help you. That's something that's going to unlock, opening. See, this is what happens. You go within to take, you know, judgment is about going within and making an assessment as well. What needs to go? What do I need to get rid of so that I can move forward, so I can be released? Joyful action, taking joyful action. There's this realization. You're gonna realize something about the challenges and adversities in your life and how you choose to handle them, or maybe even choosing to be more honorable and charitable to yourself. You have this realization, something gets unlocked, and then now you have a new focus. See, and that's that Queen of Swords energy. She's focused. You can't distract the Queen of Swords. You can't, she will clear out all this fog, clouds in a second. That her mind is razor sharp. And as you see, she's ready. She's facing the future. She's ready to go. She's ready to cut out whatever she doesn't need, whatever doesn't serve her anymore. And it's interesting that we have this making a choice or a decision. Really needing to trust your intuition, making this choice or this decision. And this is your energy. Or I'm sorry, Scorpio, this is your energy about the things that you want. But there's some kind of message or news, something exciting is coming in. Maybe even it's going to be here faster than you think. Something exciting. But you've been released, Scorpio. It's time to take joyful action on whatever it is you want to do moving forward. And let's see, we had a realization and a focus about Four of Staffs, about something to do with home and family. Four of Staffs, more fire energy, Scorpio, going into Aries season, which is perfect, the Aries new moon. You're going to have a realization. And it's going to unlock a whole nother part of you. That's why I feel like the self-reflection is about you opening to new, literally, and there it is, realization. You're opening to a new belief in yourself, and it's going to give you a new focus. That's that Queen of Swords energy right there, focus. And it has to do with home and family and something positive, some kind of news or blessing or... sometimes it's a wedding, it's buying a home, getting a home, but something on the home front of home and family, there's going to be a realization, and it's going to change everything. But again, we have your wisdom here, remember. And bottom of this deck is Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're going to have, there's some light coming in. There's some kind of messages that are coming in that are going to help you see something about the choices that you make, or a choice you need to make, the things that'll make you happy, the things that you want to manifest. We have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is a card about deceptions, lies, false beliefs, sabotage, something. This is, again, more air energy, something, a disbelief about yourself. And it's interesting too, because this card is also a card of a strategy. If that applies to some of you, there's a strategy. Something about how you deal with situations, extreme situations, is going to change. And that's going to release you. You're going to take your power back. You're going to have this realization, and then you're going to move forward. You're going to focus. There's something coming in, some kind of good news about home and family. Page of Cups, Page of Staffs, Four of Wands. Four of Staffs, I keep saying Wands. Wands in the tarot, this deck uses staffs, but I keep saying Wands. Something is definitely coming in, some kind of good news, movement, messages, something to do with home and family. Could be a baby, could be a home, could be a reunion, could be a gift, a blessing, a wedding. Did I say wedding? But you're going to be released. That's why it's saying take joyful action, because you're being released from something, Scorpio. You've served your time. It's time for you to take your power back. It's time for you to see how powerful you really are. So honor yourself and be charitable to yourself in extreme situations. And it's going to unlock something that you didn't know was even there, perhaps. Maybe you sensed it, maybe you had no idea, but you're about to find out. Because this Page of Staffs is a very exciting news, creative idea, spark, energy. Very much this same energy, action, as well as the Knight of Staffs. Something that's going to bring you joy. Maybe that'll be your new focus. What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What makes you feel at home and centered and right? Alright, Scorpio, we'll see how the collective moves and chooses for the next cycle. And we'll read the cards.